Okay, good day to all. I'm going to share about the Revit tools for construction documentation, which is very important for the beginner level. Okay, not only for the architect, not only for the engineer, not only for the BIM modelers. Revit tools for construction documentation is really important to know. You know why I say that? Okay. You can imagine on this way. Okay. Most of the time, basically the BIM modeling and documentation is to be prepared by the BIM modeler, right? But as in when needed, sometimes your company has not enough manpower resource, and then probably they might need somebody's help. For example, your model has been developed. I'm not talking this only for architectural centric or structural or MEP centric, okay? This is mainly the Revit tools for construction documents is the scopes for all the trades, all the disciplines. So basically what I'm in our workflow is like a BIM modeler produce the setting up the model. So the model already come out and then we need to process the construction documentation. So there is a very important thing that you need to understand, which I would like to highlight is, okay, I write here something. You need to know the workflow, okay? Workflow in the CAD environment. And another thing is workflow in BIM environment. So these two things is very important to every uh, BIM modeler and BIM coordinator and BIM manager, as well as to those technical people, architect, engineers. Okay, when I mention about engineers, you have to take note that there is a structural engineer, mechanical engineer, electrical engineer, plumbing sanitary engineer. So there are many types of uh, many trades engineer. There are many specialists like steel structural engineer, or so on and so forth. So this is the key things that you need to understand when you're working in the AEC industry. Okay. If you really have no idea what I'm talking about the AEC industry, so I have to explain a little bit more. It's like AEC, right? AEC industry. So, so you need to understand what A is stand for, what E is stand for, what C is stand for, right? So that is the key things that you all need to have to catch up on this terms. So A stand for architecture, E stand for engineering, uh, C stand for construction. So this is the key things that you need to understand. Um, so when you have working in the AEC industry, either you are using CAD or BIM, you need to know the workflow. If you really don't know how your workflow is, the key thing is you cannot produce properly. In other words, we can say that productivity is low. So that's very key items that we all need to understand. So why I'm sharing this is as a beginner level, most of the engineer, young architects, or young modelers, BIM modelers are focusing too much on the BIM modeling tools. And they never ever learn or they never ever know that this is very important to learn the workflow. Okay. So if you lack of one of the knowledge, one of the skills, either in software skill or your knowledge in the workflow, this is not good. You need to have both skills. Okay, anyway, I just want to highlight that you need to understand the workflow, and that is one thing that you have to focus that when you are learning Revit for BIM model production, you need to understand that you are not only supposed to do the modeling, you are supposed to do this construction documentation. That is the key things that I want to share more about this topic. Okay, so let's go in detail. So before I continue, I will share that there is a link below, and then you all can go to this template and samples, because I'm going to share about Revit tools or construction documentations. So you can, if you don't have a sample project, you can just go to the link, and then when I click the link, you will see it will bring to this folder. So basically, I keep all the sample file inside here. So you just double click and download whatever models you want to explore. So there's a lot of sample project. So probably I can, okay, another thing is I need to highlight a few things that you might need to understand. In the sample, there is two type of model form, the file formats, which I would say this RVT. Okay, so you just focus on this RVT, .rvt, .rvt, okay? And another one is RFA, which is Revit family template, family file. So these two difference you need to understand. One is .rf, RVT, and another one is .rfa. So these two are very critical for you to know. So you need to understand that the project file is RVT. Okay, Revit family file is RFA. So don't confuse with that. And since I already shared this, next time you need to be aware of it. Okay, please keep remind yourself this is the things that you need to understand. Actually, there are four file extension in Revit, but later you can explore more. But currently, I want to highlight two. Okay, so basically, why I want to share about this this kind of Revit tools for the construction documentations. Even when you go for many courses, they focus on modeling part and not documentation. So I would like to share this. Of course, I'm not going to show in depth like all the details, how to use it, but I will highlight now a frame ahead before you continue learning detailings in details of how the documentation tools are workable. So that is the key things. So okay, anyway, I'm going to step this to launch the Revit, and then after I launch the Revit, I will open any of my documents. So I will share you what are the tools that very helpful to construction documentation in Revit, and which is really there are many amazing things that you can be done, and those even though I'm not going to share. I'm not going to teach in detail yet because of the this kind of a short period of time. I'm not able to teach you everything, but this is good to know upfront that these are the key items you need to learn in the future. Okay, that will be very helpful to you. So at least you may have some idea. Oh, this can be done. And I also want to elaborate some more, like the reason why sometimes you might notice that I usually go and join attend the seminar, even though I'm not a invited speaker. I even join other people's sharing. So the reason why I'm doing so is to educate myself, to improve my knowledge with make me not more knowledgeable. Okay, what can be done in which software? What can be done for our needs in our AEC modeling and documentation production, so on and so forth. So these are very important. Okay, so I would say that we would have to focus on knowledge. And also we will have to focus on the skill. So this is advisable for all the new learners. Okay, so I'm going to launch the Revit and I'll show you the very powerful tools. Maybe I'm not going to cover all the construction documentation tools, but it will be more on the very specifically to the key things that you might need to learn. Okay, as a beginner. Okay, so let me launch the Revit first. Okay, so now I already launched the Revit. So I'm using Revit 2026 template, the software version. So it doesn't matter which model, which sample model you open, because I'm just going to share what can be done. So you can just open anything, but in here, the sample models are very clear that they got Archi, we got this is a family, so we have structure, we have electrical, we have HVAC, so which is a kind of a ACMV things. So we can explore from anything. So okay, let me start with the architectural model because basically we all start to learn the architectural things. So either you are a structural background or M&E background, it doesn't matter that you need to know all these things. Okay. So when launching this, I want to share something first. Uh, as a construction documentation, the key things, the key items that I want to highlight is when you start to consider the construction drawings, what are the things that you need to know? So first, number one, uh, the documents for construction is with the title block. So it's document means, okay, drawing sheet with proper, okay, maybe, sorry, I need to write again because not enough space. Okay, number one, I will put short terms, drawing documents with proper title block. Then number two, you have to use a proper scale or standard text style. Okay, so if I mean about standard text style mean including the arrow lines, all the text fonts, height, everything. So these are the basic items that you need to know. And then your presentation is very important. So all these things, and then your accuracy and correct information. Need to be included. So these five items are considered very important. Okay, when I mean about presentation is a drawing view presentation. Okay, so let me go through with this first. So basically, when we start a project, we will have a cover page. Okay, this is another kind of the presentable things. So on the cover page, you will have this is a sample project from the AutoCAD, so it doesn't matter. I can share. There's no confidentiality because it's a training purpose. So okay, inside they have location, they have a project management team, the architect design, structural design, M&E design, and so on and so forth. So these are the things that the proper title block means. Different country will have different standard. In Singapore, they have a Singapore title block standard. So you have to understand more on the how we do and what are the text fonts for the title, for the labeling for the title of the floor plan, title of the detail. All these things is in the standard book. Okay, previously you all might learn CP83, which is in the AutoCAD version. Now they enhance to the more and more the international standard like ISO 19650. So these are the things that you need to upgrade yourself and enhance your skill to understand in knowledge. Okay, so when we do that, basically we come from the normal sheet. Okay, so in Revit we have this so-called we had a sheet view. Uh, so and walking view and sheet view will be different. So we have to know that when you open the plan, there is just a purely just a plan. So when you do the documentation, you don't need to follow. I just want to show something. You if you want to follow, you can follow. So this is one good things in Revit. Okay, when you start a model in Revit, you don't have to do all these very neat and tidy documentation like we call it labeling, and we call it a dimensioning, and we have a proper section tag, and we have proper reference to everything and symbol on the plan. So before we do that, we have normally working drawing is just a raw one. So if you want to see how it looks like, you can go to the View tab. So here, so what I want to show is go to this duplicate view. Okay, I want to duplicate view. So why I want to duplicate is I want to show you uh, that before the any annotation or any dimensioning, okay, your model is just purely elements without any dimension, without any annotation. So if you want to try together with me, you can open any sample project, and then after that you just go to the view tab and this duplicate view, and you help me press this duplicate view. Okay, don't follow the rest first. I want to make sure you understand this first because that will be more advanced to know later. So if I click this duplicate view, so what you will see first is like just nothing except the elevation. So there is no tagging on what is the door type, what is the this the wall, or what are the room. Okay, so this is the things that in Revit I want to show how powerful it is. Okay, previously in AutoCAD, what you usually do is okay, but I have to escalate something first. In Revit, you need to understand that there is an annotation tool. So this annotation tool is basically for documentation. So I will say that when you do the construction documentation, one thing you need to do in Revit is Revit annotate tool. Okay, so this is the key things that you need to learn and understand more and more detail. The more you know, the better you are. You're a skillful person. So when you go to the annotate, of course, this is called tech. Okay, this is a term is tech. In case you all forget or you all don't know, so it's called tagging. Sorry. My bad is called tab. TAB tab. In Revit times, it's TAB tab. So when you put this all the documentations, you most of the tools are under the annotate. Okay. So what we can do is when we come to the dimensioning, okay, there are a few items that you can do. So you can go to this annotate and you can see this dimension inside the annotates. So these are the key things that you have to explore. What are the align, what are the linear, and so on and so forth. And also there is one more thing that you need to know. That is so-called is quick tubers. Okay. So, span. I'm not very sure tools or two. It's okay, doesn't matter. So it is called quick tool burst. So it show that there is one icon show dimension, so you can do the dimension. So it's either you go here or here is same. So that is the way that I want to share you. So let's say I want to put dimension. You can have all these dimensioning and you can follow. It's like just continuously do and you can stop here. So you zoom in, then you can see all these things. So what you can do with all these things is there are more advanced things, but I just want to highlight something that you can have this together move and you can adjust anything. And also this has a something like you can click this point. So you can change to any lines that you want to change. So it will be showing like um, from 5 to 7, or if you want only 5 to 6, then you just drag also can. This is just normal. But one thing good I want to highlight in this thing is, let's say you want to make a dimension to the wall. Okay, so what you can do is that it's very protective. So you can see here, place dimensions. Okay, I need to say something. If you are using Revit 2019 or whatever version, lower version, this icon will not be here. It may be around here. So you have to find this. This is a user interface issue, not issue, user interface changes from 2026 to the lower version. So if you just to put the wall faces and individual references is different and you can change to another one is a better things. So I will show you here. So let's say I want to go I still keep wall faces, but instead of an individual, I will put the entire wall. That is the key things I want to say that in the documentation, the enhancement and good things using the Revit. Okay, so if I choose this to entire wall, you can see here that you have this. You have a lot of completed wall items with some internal openings or doors. Right, maybe we try this because this is a whole piece of wall. Okay. Why I want to show this is you see here there is the door. Here's a window. So, but this is the entire wall. So, okay, I show you first. When I choose this entire wall, see what it come out. So I come here, it show the whole piece of wall. It doesn't look like there is some difference. But I will show you major things, okay? Instead of you just put the dimension here, you just go to this option, okay? Before you put the dimension, you go to this option, or your option can be here, around here. So I'm not very sure which version you are using, and then it can be around here or here. You can check the options. So when you go here, it's only show the opening and doesn't show much. So if you put the intersecting walls, intersecting grids, okay, you can do something else. So I will put this way and then click here and then here. So what you will see is there's additional dimensions coming to this. So that is a quite interesting thing that you can see from this wall. Okay. Apart from that, in case because this is a cutting wall, so it doesn't show something. So maybe I can show another interesting things which you can follow me. I have a wall here. So let's say architectural wall. okay, then I just draw a line here. Okay, then I just press the escape tool, and then maybe I go to another architectural tab and put the door here, and I just put another window here. So something like this. Okay, so okay, doesn't matter. So I just put like even just a door first because I just want to show something else. So after I used it, if I go to this dimension, so this time I'm not going to go to annotate tabs, and I will just go to the this quick toolbars, and I will choose this entire wall. This time I already have this intersecting wall and intersecting grids, all these things. So if I click this, sorry. Well, this is only for the opening. So you will see the intersecting wall and intersecting grid is different things. Okay, I will show you something else. You just can drag this grid line over here, meaning that you have an intersecting grid. Okay, I will draw another wall here. Okay, and I right click cancel and I add another wall here. So which means I have an intersecting wall. So we have to understand the very detailing. What is the temps means for? When we see this wall faces an entire wall, we can see these options to put this opening and then intersecting wall and intersecting grids. So there's a grid line and this is intersecting wall, right? So when you have this, you draw here so you can see the intersecting grid and intersecting wall. So if there is a grid line, you will have a grid line. But if you don't want, you just create this, don't include the intersection grid, just okay, then you can do this like that. So it's very easily can be placed the dimensions. It's much better to do that. And another thing is you can have using tag. Okay, this time I want to say the word is not tab tab, is a tag. Okay, I show you this. I'm going to talk about tech. Okay. Normally, when you do annotation, you can do this annotate text. It's just normal text, but it's not related to any, we call it a parametric way, and it's not, nowadays you all know that the AI things, right? So it's like tagging is easy for you based on your information. For example, here, you go to annotate. From annotate, you go here tag. So tag by category or tag all is up to you, but I can show you both. Okay, I tag by category. Then when I go my mouse, my cursor here, it will tag to the specific one. So if I tag to the wall, it will show as a wall. It will show as the door. Or you can do the same thing. So when you tag, annotate tag all, for example, I want to tag only the door. So I choose this door tag. I'm not going to choose other things and I'm applying. Okay, so what happened is it will show all the tagging, all the annotation to your doors. So, okay, presentation wise, another things you need to adjust this line, this text to here. You might choose this or you might rotate or whatever you need to do, then you can do that. Where you can just move a bit here, move a bit there. So all these things can be changed, okay? That is more on the presentation. So what I mean is that will be time consuming, but anyway, you can do that. Instead of placing one by one, tag all is very easy and better for you. Okay, let's say I do another one, tag all for walls. Okay, I just click I just click here. Maybe I just drag here and go to the wall text. So the wall tag will be okay, but you also can see here horizontal or vertical, but it doesn't matter. I just apply first. and click OK. So you can see all the wall will have a tagging. Okay, so this wall tag show as a horizontal, but if you want the vertical, then you have to adjust some in other ways. That is the way that they do. Okay, so here maybe you can change from horizontal to vertical, so it will be like in the other way. So that is next level of doing the presentation. But now what I want to focus is there is many enhanced easy tools um, for your convenience to have documentations. And more than that, you have this already, like for example, you already create all these things. You can easily go to the View tab and you can easily create a sheet. So you can have this go to the View tab, and that is a lot of things that you can do here. So either you want to create create plan or whatever. There is a so-called sheet to create your views. Of course, you need to develop your own title block. If you don't have yet, you have to create it. You just create a sheet. Then after you have created the sheets, you just need to choose what kind of title block you need to choose. Either A, B, C, D, so on. So these are in the different paper size. So I just choose one of them. So after I choose this, I will come up with the title block. So what the easiest way is you just pick to here, drag and drop here. Just click left click and then you drag your cursor and bring over here. So you can place it here. Okay. So after that, of course, you need to adjust the location and you need to adjust this title to somewhere. So all these things you need to run. Then how to make it in proper way inside the sheet view, inside the title block also have many ways to do. Okay, so I'm not going to escalate to this, but that one you need to learn detail one by one. So what I want to say is you can easily do all these things and your skill and all these things will come out based on the drawings. So for example, what I want to say is I click this one, this sheet, and I delete first. So if I delete, there is no scale shown. So these kind of things are very good to know. So if I just undo, so means I bring back the just now the drawing. So when I bring back, it will show as per this scale. Okay, then for example, I click this and maybe I wanted to change the scale. So I have to, maybe I can go back to this view. Okay. I might need to change this scale, but here no, they don't allow it because of some settings. So I'm going to this, I don't touch anything. I go to this property box and bring it here to under this view template. So you may not understand what is the view template, but it doesn't matter. I just show you first. Just go to this end. You click to none. For now, just follow this first if you want to follow me. So just click OK. Then after you change this, what you can do is like you can change. Okay, instead of 1/8, I may choose this 3/8, for example. So the scale will be changed. So once the scale is changed, I go back to this sheet, drawing sheet. So the scale will be changed. It will become bigger. Okay, not only that, actually I can click here. Since I already changed the scale, I might be able to drag this here and then now I can change this also. So from here, instead of choosing this, I might choose this. So it will be changing to what scale I need. So because this drawing is in Imperial, so it will change to Imperial. So you see the drawings is become smaller and more suit to the project, but it's 3 by 16 is a bit still big to suit in the to put in the title block. So I make it maybe smaller, but it will be too ugly, but doesn't matter. I just want to show what can be done. So you think about it in CAD environments, if you are using CAD, it will not be that easy. But you see now, I can make it this line smaller, shorter, sorry, the line to be shorter. So it's nice. So I click this and okay, so you click here, I can click this and move to the center. So what I can see is I also click and a little bit drag and move. So you can see it perfect inside here. Also, what you can do is there are many functions that you can do like annotations. You can do something like legend. So for example, you go to here legends, right? If you already have some legends, you can just click this legend and drag to the drawings. So it can show everything easily, what legends you want to put. So of course you have to adjust the scale and all these things based on the legend requirement. So you can shift a little bit more. So it will appear very nicely. And also what you can do is like if you don't want because it's a legend, you don't want the below the title. So you can go here something like no title, so it will be disappeared. So anyway, this is what I want to share a few of the Revit tools that can do for construction documentation. Not only this, there are many powerful and very productive tools that can save your time when you do the construction documentation. Okay, so what I will say is there are tools that you can do in the construction documentation which are inside this annotate tool. So basically, I want to urge you to focus on this, okay? All these tools. Okay, this is not only for architectural, this is also can applicable for structure and MEP. Why? I will show you this. You can see here, beam annotation. Structural beam is called beam. So this icon, this item, this tool is meant for the structure. Also here, the thread number, which is obvious to see this is for architectural. You can see here that legend. So that legend means is obviously uh, meant for the ACMV. So pipes and so on. So anything that related to your respective discipline, not only for architecture, you can use it all for the M&E specific trades like electrical, mechanical, or fire protection or plumbing sanitary, and also for structure. So it's applicable. Of course, some items may not be applicable for others, since this is a mix for all the documentation tools for all the trades. And also, there are a few items that you can easily find, something like spot elevation. So when you place it, you will know what is the level of this floor or something like that. So you can check on the 3D also. This like kind of a easy documentation. Okay, there are many story to elaborate for each tools. So I'm not going to spend my time and your time to explore all this detail. It's not enough to share in detail. But what I want to say is, using this annotate tool, using with these view tools, you can do a lot of standardizing the drawing views and walking views to create a very neat and tidy construction drawing, shop drawing, so on. Okay, so that is the key things I want to share for this lessons. So please try to explore it. And this is the just the upfront information for those who need to learn the Revit. not restricted only to the BIM modelers. This is good to learn for architect, engineers, meaning that both structural and MEP engineers, so are required to understand all these things so that as when needed, when your modeler has completed, you need some minor changes, you can do this. So the Revit tools for construction documentation is really important to all the Revit users. I use the word, very specifically use the word I will write here. I say Revit user, okay? So that means also author also included and any other users. So that's the key things that I want to highlight. So hope my topic today help you enhance the knowledge and get some idea what you need to move forward to learn to be architect, to be engineer, to be in charge persons, or to be a good modeler and professional modeler. Okay, thank you.